Ladies and gentlemen, what am I saying? Today, we are here with a best out of 5 series for the RSX Major. We have Team SYNQ on the left with Leonard's Defense League on the right. We've seen them everywhere. We've seen them in the ESA. We've seen them ECS. We've seen them in every league possible. SYNQ is formerly known as Project Black X. But considering we're a little bit behind on the schedule, let's take a look at the map that's ahead of us for the day and get started. Now, we're back, and I think we're going to be in for a great day today. And you know why, I think? Because these teams are notoriously known for just being absolutely disgusting. But while they're getting their bans done, let us just do a little bit of quick work to get this stuff out of your face. There we go, a little bit of technical difficulties, but we got it all sorted out. We're back. As the attacker bans have come up to a wrap, we're going to see Deimos and Blackbeard, not too much of a surprise, getting taken off the board. Both operators have been very broken recently, especially with Deimos in his absolutely broken ability with that nasty pistol. That's basically a slug pistol at this point. Looking at a little bit of the history coming in from the game, we have seen these teams go head-to-head before, with seeing Leonard's Defense take it most of the time with a majority 69% win rate. They've taken them twice on series, so if Project Black or SYNQ takes this home, it'll be a first revolutionary step, especially in a final and in a major. While they do get their operators done, as we are going to be on a technical pause very early on into the round. So, taking a look while we wait for Uncert to get back into the lobby, we're going to be seeing Skyscraper, as we're seeing right now, with Leonard defending first. Then we're going to see Consulate second with the other way around. Then we are going to see Cafe Dostoevsky alongside with Bank and Nighthaven if we get to all 5 maps. Now, call me crazy. I think we're in for a great series today, and I'm excited to get it going. Moving in, we are going to be seeing a T-room hold first. Now, Skyscraper is just one of those maps where you are really on a hit or miss situation. You really have to know how to play it perfectly to be able to get things done here. And it's all about the extensions, considering it's only a 2-floored map. Now, you have so many balconies and angles you can die to, but if you can extend properly out into Exhibition, then it's going to be a great time. As we saw previously on the channel, we saw Clay from Asgard, who was playing for AG at the time, just walking and taking control of Terrace and Dragon. And we saw when they get rid of the roamers, it's just free and it's open season on site. While they do get in the building, we are just going to get our HUD set up for you guys. All good. On. And apparently we're already on a technical pause on a rehost. It's been literally 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and that's always what you got to expect with technical difficulties. We will be right back. Don't worry, I'll be fast. I told you it would be nice and fast, and we're right back into the game. I apologize. You just don't expect anything more from Rainbow Six Siege's servers. We had drone bugs, join bugs. Nobody can move. It was stupid, but we're going to go the same operators, the same lineups, and we're going to get straight into it because it's like we never left. Now, seeing the lineup, we didn't really get to speak of it. We get to see Goyo paired up with the Warden. Now, Goyo's a beautiful denial operator. Going alongside with the Warden, he's able to do some beautiful things on the terms of just denying. Having these feed holes does prevent any type of verticality, and it goes both ways for any attacker deciding to stick their face up or a defender that needs to be forced down here in the late rounds. Now, speaking of setting up exhibition, you have to set this up so perfectly, and you have to make sure the attackers don't get house breach too fast, because the more ground they cover on such a small map is just the easier it'll be to get that final execute onto site. Now, seeing a Legion on board is absolutely imperative for getting things done on the site. Now, I mean, anybody trying to walk up the stairs and get caught by a goo, they have to reset, get that goo mine out, and proceed to re-evaluate how they want to push. And then even if they do get house, they're going to have to get through the shield with no Ash on the board. Hopefully the frag grenades coming in from the striker or the lion are going to be that little of a second plan to be able to get through. Now, Frostmat sitting close on Black Balk is a little interesting with a Goyo paired up next to it. If Grim dies to this, it's going to be absolutely hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right now, what more could you expect except for just getting your things down, your utility, your drones, everything needed to be done. Preparing for the Black Take, Claymore's getting set up, going for the Geisha Breach, Dokubi's already taken the bathroom control, and now the main idea is to just find the operator surrounding the map and get into the building. Almost an early kill, but it does become an early kill and an instant refrag as Mataraya takes out Fod, and Fod takes out Zach. Thermite going in for a rappel, going straight for the breach. Is there a Claymore protecting him? Yes, if he decides to go for that run out. But he's not. He's going to try to hold the long angle, and I think Thermite will be a victim here if he does get swung out, because there's no Claymore protecting him off the Geisha breach. Goyo now being the second to help him out. Only one on the rappel just to watch out that run out. And that's how you play team. Grims do live ping Harv, and it looks like he just wants to get him gone off of Black. Sitting close in tier, going to be the first confirmed gunfight, and it's going to be Thermite doing Twinkle Toes alongside with the Doc. They need this control, and they know they do. All the other defenders are now stationary as Mataraya lands one. Can he find the second? Solo gets another, and it's just absolute mayhem. And Thermite does go down. Eventually, it's a triple kill for Mataraya so early on into the round. And both of the attackers are making some leeway onto Black. Now, they've reinforced off the rotate, so this leeway means nothing. There's no direct access into sight, and all of the attackers are waiting, and he's realized that a little too late. And Mataraya is still getting aggressive, but he still has 3 stims in the pocket. Rotating back into the B site now. We're going to see gunfights of engagements here as Mataraya gets 4. You can't deprive him of the ace, but apparently Unsert says, screw the ace, and shuts out the round as he swings into the flash as he's Warden, the only person who can see through them on defense, and ends out the league, making it first in the favor of Lennard's defense. Well, what an essential first round. They came out swinging first, and that's all that matters for a map like this. All you gotta do is show who's the boss and who you want to see has the momentum first, and we obviously see it's going to be Lennard's, as literally nobody got into the building. I'm pretty sure we only saw 2 deaths for a tea room hold, which is honestly amazing. This map sucks for both attack and defense. I don't really have an opinion on how people play it because of just how much it sucks. It's too small to get good gunfights going, and the verticality is just insane. But we do see Exhibition as our second site. With Mirror being banned, nobody's going to have this breach wide open, but they are still going to have the feed hold. Curious to see how they're going to hold this out. Very early rappel onto the Geisha belt. Not too surprising, they want to get some ground covered very fast. Goyo's already getting set up, but there is another person, and guess who it is? It's Mataraya just ratting around near Geisha. Lunar is going to be the one next to him, and there will be 2 players on the vert. Somebody might be susceptible here to a wallbang if a drone does locate them. Madurai does get live picked by the line, but no attackers in the building to capitalize it with Sledge on the back. Black Valk and Souther has already taken damage off this balcony. He cannot go down first. They cannot afford this considering they've already lost a round. And considering this is the map they picked for SYNQ, it's not going to be beautiful if they lose 2 rounds in a row and their hard breach is going to be their first pick. Absolute shutdown off the balcony. Madurai is just swinging anything. He doesn't care. And the collateral damage from the thermite breach will open up the right side of the breach into Geisha, but it's just absolute gunfights everywhere. And not a single person on SYNQ is able to capitalize here. Well, I got a pick and just rotated off. Madurai got a pick and rotated off. And now Goyo will be the lone survivor, now just holding it by himself. Goyo rotating off right back to Dragon like nothing happened. Drones are going to flood the rooms of Drum and House to be able to try to find a recuperating pick because they've lost the utility that comes in from the Sentry. And Sledge being a soft breach, it doesn't really matter considering they've lost and there's no castle on the board, but still 2 crucial picks for the attackers. And now Thermite uses his last exothermic to get the T-room breach open, but there's not a single person in Drums trying to contest him. Attackers are looking for a contest all the way over in House, but one gets shut down. Lion goes for it, gets one. Can he find the second? Double flash on the Wamai, decides to prone. Fawn gets taken out. And Lunar versus 1 solo gets a headshot. A consolidation kill on the Harv. Uses his last flash to try to get him out of a sticky situation. He wins the gunfight. Solo's going out swinging. Last call's gonna get used to try to find Madurai, but he's gonna rotate off because there's only 44 seconds left. Not much you can do except for just hold, especially on a map where there's so many damn stairs and they know exactly where you're coming from. And it's going to be the shark circling around the singular fish trying to walk up these stairs, and Madurai goes for the kill, and it hasn't been nothing yet as the C4 goes out, forcing him right back down. 25 seconds left. Madurai winning his gunfight, and Zach actually dealing double damage. It's a double shot, one from the top of the stairs and one from the overhang, giving the second round to the favor of LDL. Picking Skyscraper and going down 0-2 is not ideal and not very nice for the first opening rounds of your BO5, but we've seen comebacks from worse and we've seen worse scorelines. At least kills are getting put on the board for SYNQ and they're not going home dry. Moving on, we are going to go Kitchen and Barbecue. Now, they don't have the Mira, but they have the Castle. Consolidation pick and the staple operators are going to be the Bandit and the Malusi that are going to be the abnormal operators, but probably going to be used upstairs for Geisha to make sure they can deny a little bit longer, because when you don't have those mirrors in sight, you have to make up for it by getting around the map and distracting the attacker's time. With the recent nerf of Vigil, still using Boss Unsert, but his slug shotgun does not do damage more than 10 meters now as it used to. It's not a one shot from 10 meters. Still at close range, absolute weapon to deal with. On a map like this, I don't think close range is going to be too much of a problem. First castle, Ash will be contesting close on the window, going upside down. It's an easy engagement for both teams, really. All you gotta do is know how to mold around the map and catch somebody off guard. Repels are hard to get kills off of if you do get ran a circle around you, but Melusi's gonna decide not to get too aggressive, and Ash is going to be playing her time. Not too risky and not going to contest. Looking at the other side of the map, we are going to see Sledge, Dokkaebi, Sledge. I said Sledge twice with Monty alongside the Ace, all the way pairing up into Exhibition and Lounge, trying to cover as much ground as possible. Getting that roam clear done, Ash will be that operator on the back that kind of adds that little pinch, pushes everybody back to where they need to be, and it's going to be an area where they have to push in and go for either the gunfight to clear the utility. Sledge being a soft breacher, absolutely critical. Monty being the one to contain the EMPs. Sledge taking damage from the C4, but the C4 means nothing, and Madurai takes your head off before you can even take the gunfight. And it's a 4v5 as you didn't check the vert. I told you it's a soft breach map. You gotta check the consistent angles. but Fod is looking for a consolidation kill that he will not be able to find. Deals damage, but it's going to be dealt more as he gets taken off from the Vert, and it will be a 3v5 again. Once he gets hit for like 3 damage, and Souther is going to rotate right back to Terrace, and Unsert holding the angle from Vert. If he hops up, if he gets a little aggressive, he will find the head of the Dokkaebi. Hopefully Monty isn't too stupid to walk past him without looking down, and that's beautiful as he does realize it. Saves his own life, but don't think 8's going to do the same as it's still high stakes. Bod trying to swing in solo alongside. You're going to have him on the Dokkaebi. Finds one. Can he find the second? Ripping it up now. He's getting things done. He's made a little bit of leeway upstairs, but 2 defenders he can still deal with. Zachariah getting damaged out from Vert. Ace is now going to focus his shift right back on Negatia, but the attackers still have Vert to deal with, and there's 44 seconds left. 1 defender drops, 1 is going to be left, and he will be tucked all the way deep in Negatia. In the eyes of the bandit here, he has a perfect flank in his hands. If they don't check the full room, all he has to do is just go wide. Decides to drop, doesn't use his C4 either. All 4 defenders have successfully been clear. Seeming like he's going to save his C4 for late round, but Mataraya says no late round. Gets the case drop, gets run, almost gets the second. Gets him down. The C4 is going to find Solo. And Monty's left in a pool of defenders that's going to try to take the gunfight. But Mataraya is absolutely dealing damage, but getting some dealt to him as well. 3 seconds left. Monty going for the kill, getting shut down, getting the trade. Unsert for Pizza, and Pizza for Unsert as LDL goes up 3-0. As the objective rotation parameters, 3 rounds have been played since the first time they defended T, meaning they've unlocked upstairs yet again. Moving back upstairs, the same exact operators are going to be brought without fail. Mataraya and Zach just being the absolute fraggers right now. Zach being more of a utility centralized player. He's molding the map. That's game sense. Hitting players from Vert, using his C4 correctly. He's doing everything correct. Mataraya taking the gunfights head on and winning every single time, and sometimes you just need that player that takes it directly, considering he's 7-0 right now. We do see the same pressure from the windows. Are we going to see an early engagement? We've seen people swing, but we haven't seen an outcome of a frag. Does get rid of the first Goyo for that late round execute if they do make their leeway in Negatia and get into the site, but drones are trying to clear Mataraya right now, being an absolute powerhouse to deal with. Hopefully they can make him punish, get their first round, and get Mataraya on his first 7-0 on 3 rounds is absolutely insane. We've seen higher scores, but the guy's been tearing it up single-handedly on first pick every single time. Harv taking some damage. Not enough to consider him dead. Drones galore as they're looking to clear him, and there's 4 preset drones. Most of the drones have survived the prep phase, and it's good on terms of just having utility for late round. The breach is going to be open. They've managed to get that done, but Harv is still taking damage. He's getting pressured from everywhere. Needs a stim instantly, but there is Fod on the response, taking him off with a repel. Harv getting pinged, and the guy caught the stims. The guy who could have saved him is no longer there to help. Hops in, and now it's going to be finally some control for SYNQ as the double kill for Souther, and Solo gets it to make it a 5v1, and Lunar left in a pool of attackers, but consolidates by preventing the flawless. 1 minute, 10 seconds left, and he still has so many to deal with. The bees, the volcans, and Dokubi sitting close that he apparently knows is there, but not confirmed. Looking for a secondary kill. Nobody's on the punch hole. Will stick his face in it. That's perfect crosshair placement and patience. 3v1, as you know where you are. He's taking the ones on Solo. But Solo will be the one to take him down, and it will be the first round on the board for SYNQ. Guns galore. It seems like when Madaraya gets taken out, the team crumbled. And the first round finally goes into the favor of SYNQ, and we're going to move on to the 5th round, the second last before the defender-attacker switch, and see if SYNQ can bring some of that momentum from last round onto the next. Moving on, we go right back to the same site. They're gonna have to try it again, considering most of their other sites are locked. With the second one getting unlocked is Exhibition, but they can save that for the 6th round. I think that is the plan. Comparatively, they're now opening up a bunch of head holes now. Having C4 tosses and the prep for the window. I actually have never seen this before. Will play in the favor, but the shield is also going to get played into. Somebody backs up. That's easy toe shots for somebody on that rappel if nobody is aware those head holes are there. So high team coordination is going to be needed to be able to pull off a hold such as this. Right back up on the window. Little nice guess on where FOD was going to be this round. He's just been the person after pressure, but very crazy he's using the V308 and not the 417, considering DMRs are very broken right now in the state of the game. Goyo is waiting. Almost gets a kill, but tags up the Grim instead. Not too bad of a trade. Makes him know he's there. Puts a little bit of pressure. And now it's just going to be the same thing as last round. The little quiet 30 seconds before we see all hell break loose. So they're taking damage off the Electrify and can't deny it, but Tubby will be the one to deny. Line surviving a C4 kill, and these Zodo canisters are going to keep the breach closed for as long as possible, as Bandit is going to be doing something, but Dokubi's completely hopped in, making the play. Just walks up the stairs, but does manage to keep the breach closed. Pizza gets his next. Can Solo get his other? No, he can't, because FOD will get it for him. They're just swarming. I don't even know what just happened. Sitting close in tier room. He's live ping. He's called. And again, absolute chaos as the flawless is avoided again. He wants to finish to consolidate. But guess what? The diffuser's down again in FOD. An absolute response to talk about here. SYNQ was looking nervous, but apparently not, as they've absolutely shut LDL out for the last 2 rounds. One body just flies up the stairs. FOD and Solo working off each other, getting rid of those Geisha players, getting rid of those players off the top main, and ultimately working in their favor to give them the 2-3 advantage. They've just closed it down to 1 round now. And if they can take this before they go into the attacker-defender switch, we're looking at a 3 tie before we switch on. Moving on, and we move right back to the 2nd floor. We take it to Exhibition. Shield off is going to be brought. We haven't seen him since that barbecue exhibition round, so let's see how they're going to manage to utilize him. They are going to be on the exhibition site within a zombie this time around. A little bit more denial. but they are going to have a Monty. I'm curious to see how they're going to make this play in their favor. They don't have the drum breach reinforced. They also don't have the geisha breach reinforced, making it very easy for this thermite to make his way into the building. Monty has identified the dock, and the drones are going to come in through as they need to keep him safe. Speaking of repels, thermite is already going to do what he needs to do, and he's going to get the breach open. Monty covering so much space as he's already walked through and taken most majority. He's already taken drums as well. He's just checking the corners, but guess what? There's nothing to worry about. If Monty can clear the top part of the drums, it will be an absolute heaven for the attackers this early into the round. No defenders are going to be looking for vert kills, but you are going to see 3 attackers look around and get T room, get exhibition, get it all done. But the question is, where is everyone else? We catch line all the way up on the roof. Where is the 4th attacker? Flores alongside with Lion. I didn't even know there was a drone hole here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But it does lock into the Azami on the Dragon, forcing her off, and a beautiful display of teamwork forces her to her demise. Fod, beautiful link up with Nerd to get a kill. It is a 5v4, make it a 5v3 as Fod gets a second, but a refrag from Zach gives him that compulsory kill. It's a minute 10 seconds left, and we've seen 3 bodies drop. Refrag, but what does it mean when you're still down a body? Your Goyos are getting popped, your Kiba barriers have gotten popped, 1 left, preventing this Goyo. If he goes down, that's full control of the terrace. Monty pushing down. That rotate's going to be needed to be utilized. 1c4. Mute's got to make it count. There's no Volcans there to help out. And Goyo is going to get ring around the rosy. He'll take one out, but can't finish him off. Zach will finish him for you. You're going to have Monty trying to get closer into the site, but Doc is now going to have to face Mataraya. Dokkaebi being below house, and Doc knows he needs to stop him because if they get control of house, it's an easy plant. Mute yet to use the C4 yet. Take care of the Dokkaebi and it'll all be okay. And you're going to have Monty already taking so much site control, pushing down, and C4 kill only takes damage off Solo, and Monty's going to get a full blind, and Doc is going to get forced onto the breach to get picked off by Solo, and it's going to be a Mute left again all by himself as the diffuser is going to go down in the A site. Mute wrapping around in a world by himself. What can you do in a situation where the case is down? 3 rounds in a row where the diffuser successfully gotten planted. A beautiful talk. I don't know who their IGL is, but SYNQ looking in SYNQ now as they're beautifully taking these rounds with passion. Was looking absolutely clueless, but now they're showing us why. Skyscraper's their map. 3v3 and a 1-tap from Solo to end it off. 3-all on a 3-round comeback to push them into defense with a beautiful mental gain on momentum. That was beautiful, and this is going to be great to watch on wow. This is gonna be great to watch on defense. Are they gonna be better or worse? I don't think it gets worse than this. They managed to get 3 diffuses down. Moving on to the next round. The first defensive round for SYNQ is going to be a T-room hold, because what is it without that going for them? They are going to have the site. Let's see if they can hold it better than LDL the last 3 rounds. Mataraya not being able to find a kill for 3 rounds straight. A little bit of a slump in kills, but still at the top of the board. LDL just needs to pick it up together as a team. Manchester City is equalized right now against Chelsea. It's a great day. Not a great day for LDL as they're now struggling on the tie. But again, 3-3, it's anyone's map. Doesn't matter. It seemed like they were taking the lead and running away with it. So what is a BO5 without a little bit of competition? And I'm happy SYNQ woke up because now it's absolute passion on ends for both teams. And it gives LDL the incentive to want to take it home even more. Solo, an absolute demon on the SMG-12 as we've seen for the last couple of rounds, will bring the shield for that top dragon hold alongside with the Wamai to protect the shield. And we're not going to see so many defenders here. We're not going to see as many drones coming in from the Valk side, from Black, but we are going to see coming from Terrace instead, as we didn't see LDL deal with too much opposition when going for this, but Now, it seems like SYNQ is going to be the team to reiterate the defensive hold by holding down Exhibition and making that wedge in the building, but never mind completely giving up House and Exhibition. So that allows the Maverick to walk in, taking full control of Lounge, taking Minibar alongside, looking for the traps, and he is going to have full control of Terrace now. Attackers have made a good amount of leeway here, and opening up that breach close onto the Dragon allows them to take that shield on an off angle, forcing Wamai to take a gunfight here. But the shield is gonna get burned, considering the Wamai's got eaten up by flashes. Wamai's still gonna take the contest, getting shock drone. He's getting put in absolute chaos of pressure here. Fod's on a flank and they don't know. One for Fod. Can he find the second? Getting damage under the Twitch. Could just go back down and go for a C4 kill. But Maverick just walking into the bullets. What are we doing here? Zachary getting a consolidation. Not going to be beautiful as Harv gets another. They misdroned him. C4, is it going to connect? Boom! It does as Fod takes a kill from the grave. And Zachariah finds his head, but doesn't mean anything as he's gonna get taken up by Solo on the SMG-12. Apparently, we have a new king on this SMG, and it seems like they've secured another round. 45 seconds left, and the Ace hasn't even made his way into the drums. Unser absolutely put in a horrible position. 2 shotguns to deal with. Only good thing going for him is there's no C4s, and he's running the AK-12 with an ACOG slapped on it. Getting the breach with a little late into the round. Might be jammed off. Successfully and favoritively, it is not. 10 seconds left on the board, and he's going to have too much time to look for guns that he's not going to get. Just checking the corners. Very imperative you get things clear. Not able to even win his gunfight on the Wamai and getting taken out by Solo. He's 12-4. Now bringing a flank watch seemed to be painful, and it played against them in the final dying seconds in the round. And we're seeing absolute mayhem as they make that comeback. We move on into an exhibition hold. Same staple operators are going to be brought. We didn't see Tubby for LDL when they were defending upside, so we are going to see a little bit of a different hold. I like how both teams bring the same operators in terms of the spirit, but sometimes switch up one of the 2 staple operators to make it a little bit beneficial for them. We are going to see Fod on the MP7 off the SMG-12, and his duo Solo is now going to be back on it. We're going to see the FNATs being brought probably to deny T-Room, but instead of holding just drums and Terrace, they're going to take T-Room as their second initiative by reinforcing off the triple wall and driving a wedge in between the L Hall and the Black Balcony. Might play in their favor. Are going to open up. This is what I'm speaking of. You gotta open up this breach so Thermite can't place it on the lower right corner to get this breach off just collateral damage, and that's what I'm speaking of. Absolutely beautiful. Warden utilizing his shotgun to get that verticality. Again, this site is all soft, and half of this map is wooden floor, so why not prioritize it? Lunar will be on vents, and it seems like they're just gonna go for a head-on take. Fod will be downstairs. Didn't see too many roamers for LDL when they were on defense. So again, absolutely beautiful. And he's running Glacier. We got a little bit of a rich boy in here. Zoto Canister is going to deny the house breach as Ash has used her projectile to take care of the mute jammer on it. Absolutely quiet on the western front and terrace. And right now the attackers have yet to make any leeway, except for the Nomad, a one-man army, as she's taken full control of Geisha. Question is, can she find any bodies? As Harv is getting absolutely fried through the ground, down to 75 HP, with no Finka or Doc. Fod taking damage as well, but his presence is now known, getting droned out. He still has a lot of gunfight to deal with as the wallbangs force him off of barbecue, and Harv is there to get a refrag. Zach is going to have his first call interpreted. 1 minute 25, and the first pick has been in the favor of LDL. Looking a little bit more alive, but they have had 2 operators on 10 HP, making any damage with a shotgun close to take him out. And the C4 from hell. Michael Jordan is Warden. Solo, again, just ripping it up, taking a kill off of the top of the stairs. And you are going to have Warden left in an absolute situation where he has to deal with everybody. Getting one. Can he get the second? He's downed one. Hasn't been able to find the refrag as Hard finds 2 on 1 HP. Do you need to get beamed down to be able to find your consolidations, as it's a 1v4? 2 operators have now been taken below the threshold of 20 HP. And Lunar is going to walk in Terrace alongside with Vent Breach getting open. Legion capitalizes one. They're all going to rotate off as they've taken full control of the minibar. No pre-fire is going to connect. And can he find it? He's getting forced down by every operator in the game. They're just clacking down on him. They're taking pressure, and the pre-fire is going to land. Legion, he's gotten 50% of the way there. Not impossible, as all he has to do now is just kill one of the players outside holding him down, and it will be over. Can you take care of the man on minibar as they're going to do twinkle toes around, trying to see if you can find the nuttier kill? And Ace is just camped out on the breach. He doesn't even need to leave. He can just sit behind the minibar. Nomad taking control and taking care of him from the head hose, and Terrace to give him the 3 and giving them that consolidation round to make it 4. Oh, the first round they found in a total of 8. 4-4 now, as we've seen the response from LDL, and we're going to take it right back down, but we're going to take it to the first floor now. We move right back on. We're going to see basically the same exact operators being brought. Now, instead of a mute, they're going to see a smoke. And no main utility for the Geisha Breach. Not too surprising. Prioritize of operators that can mold the map to their liking is ideal. We're not going to see a castle, though. That's going to be a little bit of a safe haven for the attackers, I'd like to say. I got to choose my words carefully here, as Castle really holds down angles you don't want to die too early on in the round. So having him off in the couple of rounds is not really ideal, but it is what it is. You're gonna have Flora's repelled on the Black Breach. Mataraya taking control of the vent in Balks. He's gonna take exhibition to himself. Terrace is looking completely free, but Tubby is going to be the one to worry about on drums. And no DMR contesting R4C at this range. Maybe not the greatest of ideas when you have a pea shooter as your gun, but we're gonna see this early engagement. I can't judge FOD considering the kid's an absolute gunner. Makes any gun work to his favor. Lunar being the first Brava pick we've actually seen. Finally, somebody's utilized that without seeing her banned. I was waiting to see when she was finally going to be brought. Mataraya taking a good amount of control, though. He's taking Shrine completely to himself. Warden, don't swing into the bullets. Solo holding a pixel here as the breach is going to get open. Solo does get punished off, and the attackers are going to take the first body off of the team. Finally, LDL looking a little bit more alive in the last 3 rounds. Some damage being dealt, but some flashes is going to be landed off Black Balk to take out the smoke, and considering him dead, but it doesn't happen. And a long angle, I don't know where Lunar just got a kill from, but he does get one. And right now, it's just looking like everybody's scattered, taking everybody back down to backstairs and trying to force the attackers off, but the defenders have taken these gone. And right now, they're still looking for the defenders. Smoke looking to get either an early roam or a late round flank going. 40 seconds left, and something needs to go over. One shotgun, two toxic babes, and a goo mine is all the denial that will be on the body, but good positioning beats better aim all the time. And Pizza gets one on the Lunar, nobody on the balcony to run out on. And again, they're all ratting in corners. They evened it out on bodies, and LDL has gotten a response. A little bit of an early gunfight here. Zach is going to try to find the Fenrir, but all Fenrir has to do is sit in a corner and not go for the gunfight, as he dies to an unlucky pixel. And I'd be angry too, as Nerd needs to look for a kill here, but they've managed to make it work. All they gotta do is take care of the planter. Just wallbang him, just wallbang him, just wallbang him, but he doesn't need to. He's gonna get cocky, walk up to the breach, and take him home. 5-4, SYNQ takes it. What an absolute series this has been. Starting off our first game, boiling it down already to looking like they want to take it to OT. Absolute beautiful displays. We've seen comebacks. We've seen 1vx's. We've seen possibly everything with the diffuser going down. LDL tried getting the diffuser down, but they're just not like SYNQ when it comes to planting. LDL obviously better on gunfights, as the positioning from SYNQ has been stronger, but LDL always goes for the frags, and Mataraya not getting lucky these last couple of rounds. Was 7-0, hasn't been looking good for him since, but I do believe in a couple of bad rounds sets you up for a greater comeback. The teamwork from SYNQ has been astonishing. LDL's individual gunfights have been even better. They're more flashy to watch, but eventually people do have to realize this is a teamwork game, and teamwork is what wins you rounds. We move back on to Tiru. Let's see how they're gonna hold this gun. While we do watch them drone, I know I can't interact with the chat a lot while I'm speaking, but thank you to everybody for following. I love all of you guys. I know you're here to support your teams, but the appreciation is much appreciated. As it's reciprocated, Harv shows me his appreciation by trying. Why would you run out with the round advantage? Fod gets put on a t-shirt. Easy cams if they can push this Legion off. And now they have an even bigger obstacle to overcome, stopping 3 attackers with very powerful weapons off of the balcony. Flora's going upside down, seeming like he's gonna also rotate over. Early gunfights, Pizza gets taken down to 1. So does Mataraya, gets flattened out. And as I said, LDL, not the people you want to mess around with on gunfights. Legion almost taking a wallbang home. And he does get wallbanged home. Wow, unlucky. As Souther and Solo will be the last 2 defenders to take this. 2v5. Solo just narrowly escaped death, as Dokubi was there to punish him. And it's going to be 1 defender now to take care of it, but an ACOG has nothing on the ACOG, and Mataraya and Harv absolutely ripping it up from within. And now they've responded. LDL take it to 5-5. This is beautiful. We're taking it right back to tier room. We might see this go into OT with the way both teams are just going round for round, tit for tat at this point. They're going crazy. We move right back into the round. These teams have not stopped showing us absolute passion and action. This game has been packed up to the brim of responses from either team, and it's been an absolute beauty to be able to watch and cast. SYNQ going for a little bit of a run out here, trying to look for that early spawn kill. It just won't be a connection. If timed correctly, he could have found 2. Maverick gets to work again. Quick reaction from Fod. Feeds him one. Can he find the second? No, he can't. Harp shuts him down. Apparently, he's found his new operator. Him and Maverick go together like rice on peas. Or beans on toast in this situation, and both teams are from the kingdom itself. Up the queen as they get the breach open, or the king now, as Harv has gotten some consolidation. Drone working, gotten the breach open for his ace, but the shield is going to allow Zach to get fried. Did he get wallbanged? He got wallbanged. Absolutely horrifying to go down to. You've lost your Dokkaebi now, and the jammer is going to keep that shield protected. Shoots the jammer, knows the shield can be used as a two-way, as it does go clear for both sides, and does shoot the jammer to prevent elite knowledge of the game, using a jammer to prevent any flashes from flying in. But considering there's 4 flashes and only 1 measly disc in this corner, it's going to be a little difficult to prevent the full force of the attacker utility. You are going to see a terrace and drums push here. Shrine getting completely droned out. They don't want to take any preemptive measures before they get the Geisha breach open, which will be done. You have defenders in every single measly corner. No head host for Geisha as Flores takes full drums control, and Geisha has gotten open, but is a hop breach, meaning sound will needed and will be detected if somebody does decide to get aggressive here. Flores seeming to try to team up and link up and try to help out this Legion, but again, having the Swamai and the Warden in the spot absolutely close any chances in A site unless you can isolate your ones off of perfect timing. First flash does get used, but again, pre-play C4 takes out Unser. Wow. Crucial. My mistake gets tossed out a window and lands. As now 4v2 looking much more uniform of a push for the attackers. Is going to be a 1f2 as Solo takes him off the first door. Lunar almost takes him off the second, and Newt's gonna get aggressive. A shotgun, surely you can't lose, and he doesn't indeed as Pizza closes up the round and taking us to match point. LDL, you have a hole to dig yourself out of. That hole is starting to get progressively deeper and deeper as you're letting SYNQ start to build up the momentum, and you've not let them win a single series no matter what league you've taken them. You have 2 wins on them on their heads in leagues. Let's see if they can take it, make it 3, or is SYNQ finally gonna make history, formerly known as Project Black? If you guys are just joining us, and we're seeing absolute cinema unravel before our eyes. We move right on to the next round. They're not wasting any time as they take us to barbecue and kitchen. We're going to see Fod on a little sneaky roam. See if he can find a kill here. The roaming game for both teams hasn't been the greatest, I do admit, but you do have to see how they're going to mold it around. Because it doesn't matter if the roaming game has been great. Considering it's 6-5, they kept it close. Taking us, Lunar is going to be the one to drone in through Geisha and Dining. Legion sitting in the close corner has not been droned yet. Right now, no action is going to be on the board for us. Maybe quite soon, as Warden is going to be camped out in T, and the attackers are going to be droning out. engagement on Ash. Deals some damage, but takes more. Teammates watching the cross swing out from Shrine. Ash is going to be the one assigned to taking the gunfights here. T-room breach is going to get opened as it does get EMP'd. Zoto canisters from Subaru do get it gone. Waiting for these to come back. He's going to use 2 Zoto canisters and 1 C4. Would find the demise of 2 operators here. Legion waiting for somebody to cross. Solo taking heavy amounts of damage. Solo one-tapping Zach, but the brother Mata takes him out, but the breach gets denied. Harv gets another with the M4. Never seen anybody so good with the M4, except for me, of course. Bandit closing around the restaurant, tucking himself in, will be good for anybody trying to walk down the stairs or walk across the Valk, which we are going to see here as Ace has doubled up on the back of the sentry. And early gunfights, Brava's going to be walking through as well, and they're completely pinching for this B site. Zoto, Mr. Zoto Tabaro gets one. Smoke watching the cross. Doesn't matter if Brava's gonna take your head off. Can't you find the second? No. He's gonna go straight for sight, but as I said, this hallway's perfect for denying sight. It's perfect for that. It's a 1v1. It's locked down for the last couple of seconds of the round. 13 seconds left. No toxic babes. It's going to be pure gun skill, or who's gonna have the better ring around the rosy here first. And the shotgun is going to be something you cannot deal with, but he's behind you, and he uses the shotgun of his own. 6-6. Overtime. Smoke apparently forgot his headset at home, and we've seen it get taken to an OT. Wow, I'm gonna lose my voice by the end of this cast. I already feel it. What is going on? Absolute scenes. First map, first game, taking us from a 4-0 or 3-0 comeback to a 6-6 OT. Who would have thought? Wow. You have your obvious individual insane performances. We saw Harv bottom mid-board earlier in the game and has now overtaken Mataraya by going 14-10. Solo, with obvious no introduction, absolutely been ripping it up from within, getting a kill almost every single round, no matter losing or winning. We've seen him on a 15. Double digits all around. Taking it home, we're going to see T-Room as the potential last round of defense for SYNQ. Hopefully they can take the something home here. They're starting to struggle with the adaptations of the shield ops and the players that get aggressive off terrorists. As I mentioned, Ash gets one. Can't you find the second? There's a blitz to still deal with, and apparently not needed until now. Nothing off Geisha, nothing off the windows. We're going to see one on black, and Mataraya is going to be pushing through exhibition here. Early gunfight. Not so early, but considering you still have so many late rounds to play off of, Solo tries to go for a run out for some reason, and is going to get punished. Souther still going for the run out. Everyone's going for a run out. They think this is a free-for-all map. Pizza, best arguable headshot here. Very easy if somebody walks into his crosshair, but Dokibi is going to be the one going for a crosshair. Landing one bullet with the DMR and already losing so much damage. Blitz has the opportunity to put some pressure here as he doesn't check his corners. SYNQ finishes him off for him, and Ace is going to be left now with no easy entry into... Wow, into Geisha. Double kill for Harv as he's punishing it up from across the map. Sentry has fully taken it. Triple kill for Harv, and Mataraya will end out the round for us. Match point for LDL. Did they just take us to overtime as a ruse? As Harv is absolutely ripping it up, man. Props to the man on the M4 himself, as we're gonna take it to round 14. Absolute cinema we're seeing here today. I don't think I've seen anything as crazy as this before. We're gonna move on to the potential last round with LDL on defense. They won defense, they've lost defense. But the first 4 rounds where they were making it their... Can't swear. They were making it you know what. 6-7 on match point. And this is going to be the potential final round. Mataraya having the easy terrace to himself, going for an early gunfight with the Lion as he's upside down. Absolutely uncontestable here with the amount you have to look up to take it. The Geisha breach has been open. That DMR has been absolutely crucial, and it's going to be no one else but Solo to be on it. Right now, it's just preemptive drone work. Both teams want it more than the other, and I would too in a situation like this. You've been fighting it for over an hour now. One map in, it's taken an hour. It's going to be beautiful. These guys might need a break after how much they've managed to cover. This Volcan needs to get popped, but they're not going to do it yet. They know what it needs to be done, and they're going to pop it for us. Ringing around the rosy as the first Flora's drone almost explodes and takes out the Kiba barrier, but the jammer is going to help them out. Monty contains the EMPs, he will take them out. If he does throw them down, he will be able to land out the Kiba barrier. But a zombie does come back like nothing happened. But Zach, who else to get the first kill? And absolute gunfights. It's just boiling down everywhere. I can't see, but absolute chaos as the consolidation from Souther gets him 1 to make it a 2v4. But is it enough as Souther shuts down another? And that rhymes as he's taking it down from a 2v5 to a 2v3. Monty and a hard breacher, you're out 1 gun, and is going to be crucial. Flashes only the thermite, and it's pressure that it's just starting to build up now. As something gets taken down, gets downed, and it's seeming like it's over for SYNQ as that gun needs to be used from the Monty. Having a pistol in the last 20 seconds, not much you can do here. 2v2, it's not too impossible, but the Y is going to back up, making it less possible for you to be able to win this. Shimmer's being ran around you. It's 1 down. Run at him, but you can't as the barbed wire stops you and wraps up this match in the favor of LDL. They barely hung on to the lead, and they've taken it home for map number 1. Wow. What a map. What a game. And we have preceded the first map. And this has been a insane series. We're here for 5 maps if they can take this to overtime. We will be back right after a 5-minute break. I don't want to waste too much time because of the stupid ads. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. nice and flashy. We're right back. Let me know in the chat if my audio sounds like shit. I just tried something out with my noise suppression so you don't hear my keyboards clacking when I'm getting to work. But with a beautiful first game on the board, we're moving in onto our second. We have this beautiful thing here to bring that passion for the next couple of games that we're going to be here. We're moving on to Consulate, and without further ado, we're going to be into one of the best series I've seen so far. I've never seen the first map in a BF5 go to a overtime match point. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get my face out of your way, and we're just gonna get straight in because why not? While they do get the bands done, I have a beautiful sound for you guys to listen to. Listen to this absolute crisp. I don't know if you guys heard that, but guess what? Doesn't matter, because now I have a Red Bull in the hands. But we are going to let them get the bands done. And while we do that, if you are just joining us, the maps we are going to see today is going to be Skyscraper, which we just played, where LDL took it 7-6. Then we're on Consulate, which is our current map. Our next map, which is going to be Cafe Dostoevsky. And then we're going to see Bank. We're going to be in for a beautiful map. We're going to see a bunch of teams who only prefer defense. Skyscraper LDL picked defense first. SYNQ is going to take defense first on Consulate. And you know the league will just change back and forth. And then differential will be the final on that last. So let's get straight into it. Very casual bans, as we're going to see Blackbeard and Valk, the two American operators, get taken out alongside with Blitz. Very, very obvious, considering these players are very annoying to deal with in the late stages of the round. Before we get into the game, ladies and gentlemen, actually, you know what? Never mind. We are going to move on to our first round, which will be the basement site. Don't see that too often, but we are going to see Tabaro paired up with Kaid, Warden, and Castle in Vigil, which I'm going to wait to comment on because I want to see if he's brought the boss or not. I like this guy solo. Bringing in the boss G is going to be his main absolute attribute because of that recent nerf on that boss G. He's going to bring the K1A, an absolute gun I have missed seeing in the scenes of Siege, but without that being said, we're going to see what is this? Actually, I haven't seen this before. I didn't even know you could break that. We're going to see the basement, and we're going to see most of the hatches get reinforced for the server hold, so it's all about what's going to boil down in the last second. We're going to see FOD setting up stairs, and I'm very interested to see how different teams hold this site. Main breach not getting as much love as it should be. With Mira staying alive on the bans, I'm curious to see if they're going to bring her at all. All right, mods, thank you for the audio check. 35 seconds into the round, we're going to have Solo versus Buck very early on into the round if he doesn't join him out properly. Vigil caught on camera, 4K HD, as Dokkaebi looking to get an early kill off of the triple walls rappel. And if he walked into a bullet here, he might meet his demise here. A little bit of a whiff considering they're using every goddamn drone known to man. And Vigil, seeming to be already dead very early on into the round, is going to run at the Buck full speed. 6 shots to the back like 50 Cent is what's going to get him taken off and put in the ground, as the Vigil has been cleared in a minute. And now they have the verticality to work on the captain. DMR means nothing when you're taking shots to the feet by a damn UMP. Gun sucks, but if you can hit your headshots, it's the person behind it. You're gonna have 2 players pushing in from the main lobby. Ram alongside with the ace with the case. Buck's gonna try to get lucky on the verticality, but that doesn't matter if he's gonna be able to punish you without even needing to get a head-on gunfight. what SYNQ does, LDL does better, and it's very obvious that the first couple of shots have been in favor of LDL. They managed to get things done. Right now, Kaid has come up the admin stairs. Can he find the kill? Deimos is being a little bit interactive. He's being a little precarious on what's going to be going on here, but he just gets swung. Too many heados and fetos to swing into. And eventually meets his demise. Nerd, SYNQ puts them back on the board. From being down 2 bodies to now being up a body. 35 seconds left with a C4 in his hand, a C4 in the Tubby's hand, and 3 Zotos in the pocket. But no longer having the can openers, you have to prioritize the breach. And the question is, can he find the Kaid claw? Which I myself apparently cannot find. Where the hell is it? Uh-huh. It's in the floor. Wow. Under the pipe. Going to be an insanely hard find, and I don't think it's going to be possible for them to win this with the absolute pixels they have to do. With C4 getting thrown, Kaid holding a close angle. There's a shotgun to worry about. There's a bunch of shots. How is he not there? Oh my god, Ace is 57 himself, and it's absolute chaos in the yellow hall as Harv gets the consolidations. That doesn't help out. We move on to the next round. Good little catch by SYNQ, and instead of going to the 3rd floor, which I dread watching, we're gonna go to the basement, or we're going to go to the mid-floor piano. Now, I love teams who go here. So much respect. But they still haven't brought the mirror, so they're gonna make it harder for themselves, but I do respect a little competition. Nook is going to be bred for the silent entry. This map is too wide to not have that element of surprise in your hand, and I'm interested to see how they're going to play this. Hatch getting opened up by the Fenrir. Warden, C4 toss from hell, almost claims the life of the ace. Again, I think SYNQ, if they do lose the BO5, I think they should open up a side hustle of becoming a basketball team, because they have some of the best C4 throws I've ever seen. Solo and Souther are literally Jordan and Pippen. Alley-oops through every window I've seen, and they are going to deal some damage to our off-the weapon, all jokes aside, and we are going to see all of them repel and try to take care of the players on admin. Now, taking up the default cam is going to play against him. Solo gets taken out, but his death wasn't in vain, as him on the cam does help out in the advantage, trying to shoot the FNAT, gets him shot in the back, no matter how he gets taken out. Zach gets taken out by Souther. It's been absolute mayhem. 3 bodies have dropped in a matter of a minute. Brava now in the pool of defenders with no attackers to back her up, and not anybody on the map now to back her up, as she's going to be pushing meeting by herself. Arv trying to find something here, not using his crucial, his critical, his special M4, but he's going to have so much to deal with here. And is this a remontada? Apparently not. I think take it too. $11 more followers before 800. Get your grandma, her grandma, and anybody who supports Liverpool in here right now. If you're a City fan, unfollow me. Honestly, by the way I'm seeing these games being played out, I think we're gonna go to all 5 maps. Just a prediction. Don't think it's going to be too credible, but this is going to be a crucial game. Whoever wins this game either is going to have a 2-0 lead, or it's going to be tied up at 1-1 as we move into the next round. Now we're going to see Harv trying to get those independent kills that he was doing before. Nobody's going to be on this run out yet, playing in his advantage, but Goyo seems to be sneaking around. He's either going to go for a run out or go below. Not going to be the greatest. They're going to go upstairs now as they're forced. They've won both sites. Ash riding around the skylight. Long desk is going to remain soft, but not shot out. Ash Breach can be the person to decide that. Will deny anybody walking through, but Legion, Bod, Pizza giving the distraction by swinging into lunch, and Bod running out from below to get the kill. He's taking off one. Unsu gets taken out by the Legion. Pizza gets taken down to 1 HP. He's not fully dead yet. Warden swings in, takes him out. It's a 4v2. Bodies dropping like flies. Apparently, they cannot attack Consulate as they're struggling getting past Admin. Lunar being the lucky one alive as he's taken most of the space in meeting an admin without getting his head chopped off. Mataraya now clearing the corners because he knows how aggressive they're playing right now, and apparently aggression is working. Hopefully we don't see a case of last game where we see 4 opening rounds from one team and 4 opening rounds from the other. SYNQ getting evened out, and it will be a 3v2. Good crosshair placement to the hatch. Trying to bait the Warden out into the shotgun. Thatcher trying to get cheeky here. Won't be playing to his advantage. If Ash gets hit twice with this TCSG, will get taken up, but has gotten the recent nerf. So we'll see how that'll work out. Thatcher grenades will disable the BPs, and they'll disable both the BPs, allowing Thatcher to just walk up. Warden will be sitting in the corner here with a shotgun, so if one kill gets taken out, there will be a refrag right next to it. Warden getting caught in the corner gets refragged as well. I was saying this position means everything to anybody who's sitting there. And Thatcher trying to swing in, deletes one. Can he find the second? Warden sitting close, but the headshot with the shotgun confirms, denies, and gives the 3rd round to SYNQ. Basement is calling their name. The site they brought back is going to be an interesting round. Same operators. Kate is going to be rotated out for a Mozzie. The key thing they did that round, the reason they won it, is they had the breach closed. They were bringing it back on picks, so confused as to why they're going to give up that element, but same verticality. Let's hope Solo's vert and Rome is going to go a little bit better than last round. Getting tracked by the death mark, but luckily for him, his ability is all about denying the death mark. Nobody in admin or cafeteria to take care of him yet. Early gunfight from Lunar, completely misses it. As this guy flies in through the sky, gets one. Kid's like an absolute demon, gets the first kill. That's Deimos. Spiral, taking care, allowing a camera to be brought up if the Dokkaebi can find it. That's one operator clear. Now you have two more to overcome to be able to get that direct access to the vert and into sight. You've brought one soft breach, being Sledge. He's had a recent buff going to a 1 speed to a 2 and a 2 armor. We are going to see Uncert outside the breach. Has he gotten it open is the question. Hello? No, he hasn't. Wondering why there's no denial and we've waited so long to get that breach going. But right now, you've had two of the defenders back into the site. Zoto canister misses. Souther, I take it back. Maybe it's not time for you to be in the NBA, as that Zoto canister would have been crucial to denying bodies. Mozzie swinging out to his advantage, rotating on to the Dokkaebi. What just happened, and how did he almost lose that fifth fight as Zach takes some damage from an unaware Mozzie with a pistol out? 1 minute left on the clock. Two bodies down. 57 seconds left, and it's a 3-0 lead with a body down. All they gotta do is even it out and not allow the Thermite to walk in for the plant. Souther has the best position here, considering he has C4. That'll deny for the time being. Sledge not aware. Souther swinging out, landing the shot. That's the case down. And that's crucial. That's massive. And you know what else is massive? You know what it is. I don't gotta say it. Sledge still playing Vert. Doesn't have can openers for the hatch. Nobody does. 2 frags in the hands of Mataraya, 1 in the hands of the IQ and EMPs to try to help out, but right now they have to push into yellow, and they know it. 2 C4s and Zoto canisters, making it all the harder to try to get a plant down. The frag bouncing in the corner denies for a bit, but IQ isn't allowed into the breach. Yellow has also been Zoto'd out. Anybody walking into is an easy C4 kill to deal with, but Vigil's going to be the one to main deny here. You're going to have multiple players trying to push in from yellow. The plant's going to go down. He's going to deny 1. He knows he has to do something here. Get that C4 toss. He's going to land in time. Yes, it is! Souther! C4! I take it back! Jordan onto the case, and it ends up giving them the 4-0 advantage on Consulate defense. Can they take it to 5? Sorry guys, just doing a little audio check. Mods were not responding to me. We are back, we are better, and we move on to the piano site. Defended it beautifully the first time. See if they can do it for a second. Much to talk out here. Gotta save our voice for those last second clutch moments. We're going to see more verticality here, and the jammer is going to deny the ace breach. Not having any progress into the main lobby is going to have this breach closed, and suicide is going to remain closed. Yeah, ace rotating off to admin. It's going to have a little bit of a trouble and some experience to deal with. Breach landing in from vert to get that long desk open for later in the round. Thought Ash had that revolve block for a second. First Dokkaebi call does go out, and Doki has found the locations of everybody on the vert, but does that really matter? They're protected by the jammers, instantly canceling it out. IQ, Visa, floor bang. Admin and a floor bang pinches him towards the middle of the hall, taking care of him. FNAT does get activated close, and Dokumi now knows she cannot swing as she hears the activation comm. Ash is a demon. Lunar, the absolute dog, makes his way in, accidentally hopping in a drone, but Harv is there to save his life. Ward is getting punished as well. A little bit of whips and twinkle toes has allowed the attackers to flood. 3 bodies on the advantage now. And finally, it's looking like in the advantage of SYNQ as they're going down and down to LDL. First time we've seen SYNQ at a massive deficit like this. We've seen them 1 or 2, but not ever 3. One C4. This is the C4 that'll matter. Can you get your team on the board? And with a potential... Ooh, Dokumi's below you. You had a potential triple kill there if you waited longer than 3 seconds, but you're not gonna do anything. Maybe a 1 tick, but you're gonna have a 2v5. You're gonna have a problem here to deal with, and 2v4. 1v4 is better. Raya evens it up. Plant's gonna go down. They've dropped the hatch. Full site control. 1 on the vert. Not much you can do here, especially with the SMG-11 at distance, but you can't. Beautiful aim. Can he land the vert? He can land some damage. Shotgun. You're getting close, and the double swing. You really can't do anything in this situation. And the plant diffuser goes down, and kill does get confirmed by Mataraya. First round on the board for LDL is going to push us to the last defensive for SYNQ. If they can take this, it's a 5-1 lead as they switch. And that's all the more progress you want when you go to defense. We move on to upstairs console. Same staple operators they've always been bringing in. I think we're going to be in for a good round. They know if they push for this round, it's going to be brought back, and they'll have that 1-1 tie, because I don't see many teams coming back from 5-1s. We move on. They're going to reinforce the triple wall, pop that hatch. Very essential for denying. Some players reinforce it if they play for suicide, but as the suicide breach is going to be reinforced, they're going to have those feeders. Nomad holding that long angle into meeting. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, but again, not too much. First one, why does get caught. Air jab gets caught out. C4 is directly on the Goyo. If somebody opts in, the lather die or blow up, but it gets shot up from the sentry. Popping in. Nobody else was Zach to get this aggressive very early on in the round, but Lunar taking heavy amounts of damage off of meeting. Pizza getting the refrag instantly, and what is going on? Why is everybody repelled? Goyo has been located on the vert, trying to get a lucky kill here, but I don't really know what that was, but Warden still on the pinks. Evened out for Southers as he's gonna get 1. Can he get the second? The same exact angle, but this time with a different outcome, as Fod will get the refrag. Solo's gone down alongside with Pizza. No frags, and there's no stuns to worry about now. So the Warden was a little bit of a difficult kill to get, but guess what? His ability will no longer be needed for the remainder of the round, and there's no smokes either. Harv locating on a pixel. ARX, not a gun you want to get on the other side of. Mute using the overhang to his advantage, but they know exactly where you are, but using a C4 to finish you off. Maybe a little bit of wasted utility there. Gotta pop the Goyos, and the frag will do that for you. Now, again, just a stalemate of positions where you got to sit in the corners and wait. Lunar down to 20 HP. Not much to do in this situation. Souther's sitting in the suicide corner. Now, this is either going to play to his advantage or to his death mark, because he's going to either get pretty far to be able to go out swing with a C4. Deciding to learn how drones work. And Ace is just going to crouch walk in and rotate around to the other side of the desk. You can land 1 C4 here. You can really make it work, and especially if it's in the corner, throw the C4 over. Fuck. Plant is getting tossed down. You gotta do something faster here. It's gonna get stuck on the ceiling, but it will deny the plant for the time being. He's going to crawl. Taking out the ace. Can he take out the lion? He's only 1 HP. That's a double kill for Souther. Can he find the next? It's a 1v1. Harv on 3. Think all you have to do is back up for your team, for the culture. It's a religion at this point. Harv getting the case down. He's going to stick it close the distance down with the SMG. And all you have to do is run, and that's what he'll do. A little bit of a blunder here from Nerd. He had the situation to close him out, and it's going to get walked through. You see his head. Doesn't see it approximately as he's sitting on the edge of the door. You got to walk into the left, and you're going to toss it down the drain. Souther goes out trying his best, almost denying the plant to win the round, but LDL has closed the differential down, but they still have 2 rounds SYNQ has on them. We're going to see the attacker-defender switch, and this is going to be a little bit interesting. SYNQ is now on attack. They needed to capitalize as many defensive rounds they needed to, but they don't have it anymore. And now we're going to see how they're going to attack console. LDL going for the traditional hold, and they're going to go instantly upstairs. Moving on, we're going to see Mira finally being brought. A team recognizing she hasn't been banned, and she can be brought. We're finally going to see her utilized. You gotta love in a best of 5 series, Lunar going AFK to watch TikTok, but we're going to see the console hold. We're going to see Mira most likely prioritize on the B site connector window in the second one. I've never seen... Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna throw a Mira on that. Mira's most likely gonna go crouch down on this long desk crouch holes alongside with the shield, and the second one will most likely go on this connector. Early gunfights here as SinoTwtch has been caught by the Audi, but again, she has the easiest ability to be able to walk up. Fod gets beamed up off the skylight by an SMG-12. Ego Child and absolute one-taps may ensue here if Zach can land it. Nope, because you get walked on by the Nook, and that's why she's so broken. Mata holding a long angle and has now heard the drop onto the bathroom hall. Solo getting his second. The guy's just running downstairs, upstairs, windows, no windows, and he's managed to get 2 kills on the board, one of them being a shield carrier and the warden, and there is definitely things to utilize because now there's nobody sees through the smokes and the flashes that have been brought. First look recall will get used. Hard gets shot in the toes for a couple of damage and will not contest. Lunar getting a kill off of decentralized window in spiral. 1:30 left. Still nobody is far. Wait, Lion's just in the building. Fod is in. All the attackers have merely been waiting outside for the first minute of the round, and he doesn't even know. Not watching it. Mira, you haven't heard it correctly as he's gonna punish one. He punishes the second. Can he find the third? He's sitting in the corner. Fod, look to your left. A little bit of a whip from Harv. No C4 in the hand. Lion, turn the corner and watch the console as he knows what he wants to find, but gets shut down by Harv. Look for the planter. He's gonna know you're there in the pre-fire. SYNQ, Nerd, ends it out. And Fod, with the play, potentially of the game, lands them the 5-2 advantage. Well, I guess we're seeing why they wanted Consulate as theirs. Absolute blunder having Mira in your pocket, on the breach, unshot and protected, and still losing out on it. Crucial. And Nerd is just, wow, this is going crazy. Not much to say and not much to comment on and critique for SYNQ as they've been managing to capitalize on every pick with teamwork. Walking up spiral, landing bullets. walking down spiral, landing bullets. It's been absolutely beautiful. The refrags have been playing against them, but they still managed to get the round because you have players who aren't scared to make the play on operators that play support. They don't fear anybody because fear is just an illusion when you have a fully automatic V308 behind you. They're gonna try it again, but the mirror's gonna be inverted. I want to know the cracks Unsert was cooking up before he held this down, considering line came in from the hallway. But we're gonna see the same mirror setup, but inverted this time. Seeming like it was a good calm, as it looks like they might be going for a rush plan here. Hatch being open for the late round, if there is a plan. First Goyo has been popped, and Twitch isn't our shock drones. The main objective here is to pop that singular mirror. Goyo locating the drone, and there's no shock drones left. They know where he is at least. Almost the first easy kill, but there's a dock now to consolidate. That's the reason you cannot put that mirror there. It is very easy to shoot from the window. Line being caught up, pre-fire. Oh my days, it lands to the head of FOD. MVP of last round, but doesn't exist this one. An upside down repel from Ash. A little bit of a blunder here as he almost found the refrag, but could not do it in time. Solo seems to be the one going for solo pushes here, as he could potentially find a refrag if he decides to break open that breach saw. Finds the mute, quickly goes, he beams him down and downs him. Gonna use the axe to try to finish it, but will it connect? Damages, but doesn't finish. Dim gets him right back up like nothing happened. And SYNQ is not having the best of rounds, but has the potential to bring it back. I take it back, and Lunar capitalizes one. Nothing, never say never, as the refrag from Solo. Hitting a bunch of blanks onto the elbow of his teammate. And again, just ring around the rosy here for Mataraya, and Solo decided to whip out the pistol as he's losing critical rounds, and he might actually have one mag left. Good bait here, but Mataraya will delete you anyway. Bait, no bait, and now Twitch will be pushing nothing. She will be camping out on the roof for the final 40 seconds of the round. So, bait of hell. All right, jeez, nerd. This is sad for somebody who just made the play. They're going to be struggling to find a kill, apparently. And LDL looking to get back on the board for 3. Oh, he's still farming. All right. Absolutely shameful from Nerd as he baits out like his KD is going to kill him. 5-3 in the hands of LDL going in their way, but 2 more rounds to come back from, and just 2 to win for SYNQ. Basement is going to be the name of the game for the next. They're going to try their best to hold it. Now, it's all about who can take this round. It's either going to close down the rounds to just 1 or put to match point for SYNQ. This is about putting the pedal to the metal. If there's a round to try, it's this one. This is either going to double your margins or close it down. All 5 maps is going to take us to Nighthaven, which I think is going to be a crucial map to see, but we will get there when we will get there. server take is apparently out of the question, as only Dokkaebi will be the one to push. 4 attackers on the other side. And we will see Thatcher alongside with the Buck as the soft breach with the Jackal to help them out with the roam clear, and Fod will be on the breach. Kaid, the main denial, alongside with Tabaro. DMR has now been brought, considering it's a 2 to the chest to do down. Volcan canisters may play to the advantage here. No head holes on the mirror right about now. May play in the advantage of the attackers, considering some SMGs are absolute pea shooters when you try to get them. 1 frag grenade could help get rid of the utility and the Zoto canisters, but nobody has frags. Now you're gonna have to rely on your soft breachers to get rid of the Kaid and the players surrounding him. Warden sitting at top spiral for a cheeky little kill, and might find the Dokkaebi if the drone doesn't come through. Apparently, Warden gets pushed down and Madurai disconnects. Might be looking at a technical pause here as we see one player disconnect, and C4 almost lands. Jackal ping does get landed onto Harv. It's all quiet right now. Not a single gunfight has ensued. Just damage in C4s is the name of the game right now. Pizza getting hit down. Majority from the C4 invert. Southern's just going to keep using his soft breaches to get things done. No can openers for him, considering Buck has gotten nerfed. But is going to fall to Mira if he keeps sticking his face with this specific head hole. Good amount of damage dealt to him, and they're starting to deal some. C4 is pre-placed, but it doesn't matter if Zach will be there to contest. Lunar for 2, solo on the refrag. Harv gets one off the Burt, and it's Fod, who's now inside the guy. He's just floating in. Where does he come from? You never see him coming, and he's absolutely the Baba Yaga at this point. You never see the man coming, and that's given them the 6-3 advantage. And now entering in, we might be on a technical pause. Still not back. And we are on pause. Technical timeout. And apparently a rehost is going to be needed again for some damn reason. Waiting for the confirm of a rehost, and we will be back, apparently. I don't know yet. We will be back 5 minutes and try to ease up on my boy Pete in the chat. Or not Pete, who's getting clowned? Guys, be buddies, not bullies. If you're a City fan, bully the shit out of him. And we'll be back after this technical pause. We are back. I really hope I did those settings correctly. Hope I got everything right on the servers. I really hate rehosting considering I have to memorize everything. It's a pain in the ass. But anyways, W Pizza in the chat as he does help out with the bans. And we do move on to our match point. Basement Cafeteria Garage is going to be our round for match point. They just lost this site. They need to hold it better. Now that they have both and everybody on this board, they have the better chance at being able to do so. Operators are going to be the same, except Madurai has traded out for a Doc instead of a Subaru. Now, we see them prepare for a server push, but we haven't really seen any team really utilize the server hall too much. But again, it's all to see what team can adapt. Yellow hall has been the absolute area, and admin, where you see the most gunfights. Teams have to funnel in through one singular door to be able to get control into pillar, and alongside with admin, you just have so much to do with, especially this L hall. Being that operator that is absolutely feared, and with the versatility now of the rebalances with Ram losing your shotgun and Buck gaining claymores and Sledge getting buffed in speed, you see a big differential now when you see players try to bring in a new soft breacher. Ram's nerf was something long needed. I don't know why it took them 3 full seasons, but Goyo sitting on yellow stairs is going to be subject to a gunfight here, and it's all about who has the better aim, or if Goyos is going to leave the fight completely. Zach getting out of there. Pre-fires, don't connection, no bueno. He is going to be completely down in yellow. Taking some damage from yellow stairs on the bottom now. Push from the top down to the bottom, taking even more damage, but has a stim waiting for him if the team decides it is as important to use one. Top spiral hold will be a thing again, and this might actually play in the favor of SYNQ this time if they do realize there's only one person waiting for them. Goyo gets the stim. Apparently, that is what is needed to be done. Are looking to just walk up here as he's not been located by the drones, but does use some of his bullets to make his location known, and his whereabouts have been approximated. He's forced right back down the stairs into piano. And now, the C4, what we saw last round, multiple C4s didn't connect. Now we see it, and we get 5 big booms as Zach lands a headshot onto Fod. And it looks like they're not giving this up easily, as it's now 2 bodies in the favor of LDL, and all they gotta do now is sit in a corner and wait. Their case is down, and the mans outside the breach are gone. Soft breach pressure is a little bit lower now, considering the C4 has pushed off anybody else, but Solo walks 1 down from Spiral. Madurai is going to be there to try to find the consolidation refrag, but Pizza seems to be the one who's going to get refragged as he goes down to 1 HP. Lives to see another day, but nobody's contesting Nerd right now except for the mirror. Popping in the Goyo, allowing him to stay in a corner now. SYNQ finds one off the mirror. The second goes in the favor of Pizza. The man who we consider to be dead because he had no health in the pocket is now gone and swinging as Solo is getting pinched by everybody but cannot get the second. But might be able to have that second chance. No bueno as Unsert getting pressure from the breach and outside. Slow it down. Why get aggressive when you have the body's advantage? And now the mirror is going to keep it up for 15 seconds. The Goyos are still keeping it denied, and right now all you gotta do is run through it. No C4 in the hands. You just gotta run and take a gunfight. And Unsert has the position here where you can just go for it. All you gotta do is stay alive. It's 3 seconds left, and it's all about who can win it. And Unsert is the man for the job as he makes it 6-4, making it the position of SYNQ for them to bring it back. What we thought was going to be a crazy comeback round, being 2 bodies down to a 1v1, has now been boiled down and confirmed by LDL. One last rodeo. Can SYNQ bring it home, or are we going to see a crazy comeback to push us into overtime? Same mirror from Unsert, learning from his mistakes and not placing it inverted because it is viable to get shot directly from this window. We're going to see the calm to hold, which they have struggled to do. They've won it twice. Can they win it a third? They've lost once, won twice. That's a good track record to have. Windows getting shot out, Rotero's getting used, operators ratting in corners, and now this could be the potential last round and the first 4 syncs to bring it home. Lunar taking the body off of Solo, making it even harder. That's your man, the man that was at the top usually half the round. Now struggling to find any bodies, and Mute sitting close is going to be somebody you do not want to deal with at close quarters. 67% on the conversion for the attackers all around this game, as Lunar gets his second, making that differential even lower. He's ripping them up before they get onto the second floor. A ways away, why worry about the Goyo when you can directly push on when there's 2 complete roamers? Fod now forced to find this roamer, because if he doesn't, he's gonna get bite in the ass later in the game. One trying to walk up yellow solo, but I don't think Fod has that solo play he's so desperately being good at, as they're gonna drop for yellow, but there's no shotgun to deal with here. Engagements is gonna have Zach live ping, but not the Mute, but he will as he gets live ping. Nobody knows Mira is sitting close, and nobody will be contesting yellow. Fod getting that kill off the spiral window. Mute will be sticking his face into the bathroom head holes. If Mira falls here, absolute pain to deal with. Shock and Shell does take him out, and that's Harv. Mira gets forced off, but Harv will be the one for the job as he lands a second. Nobody to worry about in yellow. Fod dealing with everybody here. Gets one. Goyo's gonna confirm that kill, and that's Lunar with 3. And we go to 6-5, 1 round away from a comeback onto the match point. This is not going well for SYNQ. They need to bring it back. They're struggling. They just need 1 round to win, and LDL just need 1 round to take it to OT. It's boiling down, and the margins are just getting closer and closer. I don't think there's ever been a BO5 where I've ever been so sure that this doesn't go to only 3 maps. And if it does, it'll still be one of the longest, because both maps have boiled down to either OT or near OT. It'll either be both OTs after this round, or it will be a near and an OT. Now we're gonna see a vert hold onto Piano. We haven't seen LDL really lock this site down yet, so we are in for a little bit of a surprise. Mirror being utilized, though, is already a good sign. Bringing Ace alongside with Sledge as a soft breacher, as we see him get buried. Honestly, we either see a Sledge, we'll see a Mira, we'll see different types of denials and soft breachers. We see Buck getting rotated up for Sledge, but never a Ram. Makes you think. Having a Dokkaebi with the case is a little bit of new tech. Never seen that one before, but we are going to see primarily all the operators trying to take out triple here. First breach charge does take care of the hatch and the triple wall all in one go, allowing a long angle into the long haul. Goyo might be subject to this long haul if somebody decides to go up on a rappel. 2 operators on the vert, 3 considering the Fenrir was spiral, ran up the stairs, and now we're going to see early gunfights here if they misdrone the Fen. They find the Mira, but have they found the Fenrir? Yes, they have preemptive measures of the drones are going to deal with her. The jammer sitting close. They need to take care of that to be able to make their way onto that jammer. There is one Selma that could take care of this breach, but getting it close in a corner is something that could help them out. Dokubi behind the long desk. Is there anybody watching the skylight? Sledge, if there was any moment to help your teammates, it would be now, but he is going to hop. Almost down. You still have Madas back down to sight. Early gunfights allow SYNQ to get one. Souther gets fragged off by the SMG-11. Gets one off the verticality. Solo gets a frag as well, but he doesn't have one to confirm it. 2v3 as Dak confirms his kills, and now it's 45 seconds left on the clock as it's been absolutely ran amok. And SYNQ are gonna take this to OT as they've lost that one that was potentially their only to get through onto the next game with a little bit easy. Moving on to the next round, we're going to see upstairs again, but now it's LDL with the passion to force it into OT. Can they bring it to a point where they're just cooking? If they take this home, they have the 2-0 advantage and they'll go on to match point on the map they've picked. I apologize for the ads. I keep turning them off and they keep turning themselves back on. I might have to reset the stream for that to take effect. SYNQ have tossed 3 direct rounds. They were able to take it home and make it 1-1, but now they have to fight for it. And apparently, though, it builds up character to see who's more passionate to take this home. And we're going to see soon as Lunar actually rips it up from within on Goyo. And every other player on LDL is accountable for their gunfights. SYNQ is not looking coordinated, and the best thing they have working for them is their collaboration when getting inside. Bert is going to be the name, but there is going to be the hatch open, meaning if somebody were to watch it, it would be an easy death for Buck. Is Mute going to contest? No, because Goyo's going to contest you. Pizza gets dragged out by Lounge, gets pinched out from the vert as well. Not much you can do in a situation like that. Mada is now on the flank for a second. It's jammed off from the vert. 3 kills as it's starting to go downhill for SYNQ. Grims are going to get used, but Mute sitting in a corner, not protected by a jammer, but can sit here all he wants. As Souther gets fried off the breach. And Fod is on the vert. Can he find Mada? No, he can't. He gets shut down. It's a 2v1. And now another 1vx situation, but can you get the res off? Seeming like somebody's waiting for a run out here. Do they know he's down? Harv gets the finish on a run out. No Claymore protecting that window. And they're ran amok because that's 4 in a row now for LDL, putting them on to match point. we move right on to the potential final round, and they go down stairs. The site they've done the best on, and it's SYNQ. You got to dig yourself out the hole you made for yourself, and hopefully it will help them because they need all the help they can get. LDL here, proving everybody wrong. There was bets going out against them. Spawn peek with Castle. Who's gotten ballsy lately? And what have you done with the other SYNQ players that play passively with the drone? Almost got him killed, but he was smart enough to get off of it. Only one player on the defensive side has been pinged, and it has been the Vigil. But guess what? He has death marks to use. Death mark will fail, and Harb, the person who's went ram once, will be picked up. Demo's taking critical amounts of damage, but dealing more. Fod. Now, do you hear him in the corner? The call, you must, as the one tap from Lunar takes the head off of Fod. What a shot, and you've lost two of the most influential players on your team. One being a heavy support player with a C4, and the other one just being the man you rely on to get some kills. Vigil, boss G in hand. Check the corners, you know he's in the corner. And Lunar, where has he been all this time on Deimos as he capitalizes 2 now? And it might be looking like LDL capitalizes on a comeback and takes it to map 3 with a 2-0 lead. It's all about who takes it home right now as Lunar takes some damage, but one taps again. The man's crazy on the pistol. And the last one will be in servers. SYNQ. Get your orders in a fair as you've lost everything you had going for you on the map. You picked for yourself. Ash will shoot Tubby in the back. And that's the map confirmed for LDL. And they put 2 on the board. What I thought was going to be a map that goes all 5 goes in the favor of LDL twice now. And a very, very prioritized gunfight. Well deserved. That'll take them to the 2-0 advantage and put us on match point to send us to Cafe Dostoevsky as our next map. Ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute game we've been in for today. There's nothing you can say except for scenes of cinema.
Are we defending or attacking, sorry?
I apologize for technical difficulties. We will be back after a 5-minute break. I'll be back soon. Guys, we're not gonna waste any time. For some reason, the ads have been tweaking. It's pissing me off on my monitor, but it doesn't matter because we are right back. We're gonna get it done. I forgot to put the names in, or the lobby is just bugged. So you're gonna just have to deal with the differentials of the headers at the top. Apparently, it's not letting me name. PCs are starting to tweak. Everything's starting to tweak, but it's all okay. We're gonna move in straight on to our potential last map. What we thought wasn't possible on a comeback became possible. And LDL has wrapped it up to put it 2-0 on a map they want on defense. Not the best of situations to be in, but hopefully SYNQ finds themselves this round. Attacking bans have been confirmed, with Blackbeard and Deimos getting taken out once again. Not a big surprise. Deimos getting taken out. We didn't see that last map, but he was absolutely broken the first time around when we saw him get played on that third floor map point. We've just seen LDL turn into demons with that specific pistol as he just walks down anybody in his path, and it won them the game essentially, but we'll see. The potential last game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saddened to say that, but crossing the 2-hour-and-a-half threshold, my voice is starting to go, but we are going to be in for a good game here. For those of you just joining us, I'm Sino, your host, caster and observer, and we're going to be playing Cafe as our third map. Two little white bars on the top right of your screen for LDL indicate they've won 2 maps. What 2 maps, you may be asking? So far, we have seen Skyscraper and Consulate being played, with LDL winning twice against SYNQ, and now they're going to be playing on the map they've picked for themselves, which is going to be Cafe, the beloved Dostoevsky. A beautiful map if you can hold it correctly, and Mira taking a ban is something you just expect when she can absolutely reshape that second floor. So we are going to be in for a good game. Zach deciding to reinforce. I've never seen foothold on that side of the wall. Good thing they managed to capitalize, but we're gonna see Brava survive the ban phase and Capitao to fire anybody off playing Park or on the bathroom feed holes. So you're gonna have Lion play on the backside repel. And right now, Cass looks like he wants to get aggressive with it. Mataraya playing the default shield in bitch corner from all the way back when. Sledge will be brought, so Castle is going to be countered directly if they can find any kills onto him. And a fellow Hollow lover is going to be on the L8. Early shots from Deep Cigar almost gets Frost killed, but the Mute Gem will protect them from the line pings, and we're gonna move on like nothing happened. Zach might get aggressive here as he needs to. Capitao fires out, gets anybody close in freezer, trapping 3 players essentially, and immobilizing 1 getting the castle. Grims locate a white push. Lunar gets 1 on the pod. Zach gets the second on the beat. The Nerd gets the refrag. Solo gets the second. 3v3. Body's dropping crazy. He's in sight fully. And Sledge put in a situation where he has to find some gunfights here, and they have to play to his favor because now it's all boiled down a minute in and everybody's just swinging each other. And an absolute horrible spot to be in as Nerd gets taken out. Harv almost gets refragged, but they're running after each other. It's a 1v2, but who else bet on Cert to get that final kill to confirm the round? And first goes in the favor of LDL. What was a swarm that almost worked turned into an absolute Call of Duty And it almost worked. It almost worked, being the key factor of this first round. Taking everything by swarm, they almost fell, but the reason they've taken 2 maps is because their ability to recuperate and reevaluate their pushes are the reason they can take many golden fights without losing. Pulse will be brought for a reading room hold. Is he going to be running a shotgun is the main question. Castle not being brought, absolutely crucial. But seeing 3 C4s on the board should make them a little bit more comfortable, considering they need to find some vertical kills here when not having a gas. Pulse holding out his pistol probably means he is running the shotgun in his hand. No indicators as he's going to keep the pistol out. Mozzie being brought on the board. Very good for finding utility drones and turning them into his own, but using a run out that's very commonly known indicates he's using the UMP instead. Pushing on to the balconies, Dokubi's already looking to take control of Raiding Room, or Mining Room, very early on to the round. My mistake, you're going to have Legion with the shotgun on red stairs. Nobody wants to get into the vicinity of this shotgun. If you are looking for a death wish, by all means, go for it. Never want to get caught by surprise by a gun that packs such a big punch at close range. With such a fast fire rate, it doesn't matter because the P10 Roni will find the head of Bod, and Zach is on a refrag, and this is just off of windows. Not an attacker has touched the building yet. Refrag from Twitch almost plays in her favor, but she will rappel up to the dividers and go for the roof. Early C4 kill here for Harv. If he waits it out perfectly, it could be Buenos Dias and good night for the players on this third floor. Now Pizza is going to drop new belt. IQ alongside with the ace. And where is Pulse? Still looking for that C4 toss. Might be able to find it here as he's just detecting from below. You need to wait till he's immobile or put it pre-placed so you don't have to do a little bit of both. Tracking, giving live pings to his team, and he gets blown up into see absolutely nothing but an explosion. Ace is nothing but a cloud of dust anymore as the case goes down. Mute sticking his face up the hatch, arching a C4. Is he Jordan is the question. Grand Piano as it lands right on his doorstep, but Mud is gonna kill him before he can even do anything with it. A trade is going to make it 0-2 for LDL. And what is up with the C4 tosses being absolutely sublime for both teams? Moving on to our next round, we will be moving on to the kitchen site with Noah Zombie being brought and the rotate still going to be prioritized. I'll see if they're going to bring a shield. Might be doing the freezer extend with the frost and the echo, so they do have the ability to go for a bakery extend and a freezer extend. No castle on the board is going to play against them again, and I don't know if they're going to be reinforcing this freezer double, which again plays against them if they do not. Seeing one man right now left to reinforce everything by himself as everybody else is focusing on making feed holes and setting up. Freezer hold is going to be imperative and impossible to be denied. Needing to reinforce those walls. He will get on that because he might fall to a walling if Dokubi can run fast enough to get it. More focused on getting the camera. The breach is going to get reinforced at the last second. Arv trying to get lucky off here with a window peek, but the boss, he doesn't do as much damage as you think, and he didn't even get the fire at a singular time. Dokubi now upside down on the white window, kind of constricts a roamer trying to go up, and she has the position to hop in and get direct access to the freezer hull. Echo will be the one assigned to holding victory, and Fenrir will be a roamer alongside with Mata and Hart. Vigil getting forced down into the fireplace, and it's now time where the defenders have to relax. Instead of looking for a pick, they just have to waste the time now. Two very different things. Make the attackers second guess where they push is something you can start with. First call being used is going to put Vigil and Fenrir in the same room. The question is, do they know where they are? Jackal is looking for Vert here. No C4s to counter him, but has the ability to do something massive if you can find one of the roamers or both. Frost crawling up the white stairs is going to be a contingency plan for anybody trying to run down, but you need the pressure from Pillar, and it looks like IQ is going to be going for that. Lunar, in the meantime, finds Jackal through the Vert, and fighting for life again. He's going to swing right into the bullet, getting one. Can he find the second? Triple for Lunar. Can he find the fourth that hops in the window? No, because Frost will find him instead. And Pizza is left in between every attacker known to man. And a flawless round initiated and led by Lunar is going to put them on the map for 3. Every map we've seen has started off with a boom. And Lunar, that's the clip for him, as he's absolutely dismantled the attack from SYNQ in 5 minutes, not even. Moving on to the next round, we are going to see a very essential hold. If they get 4 up, 5 up, we might see a little bit of a struggle. LDL has come back from a deficit twice now. We could see them go up on their last map, and that would be a beautiful cinematic ending for them to call the series. Moving on to our next round, we will see the Azami being brought now. If you guys did not know her recent patch, I don't know if it was accidental or intentional, you cannot place Azamis on these tables anymore. You can only put them on the couches, and they are extremely bugged on PC. So, gotta love Ubisoft, probably unintentional knowing them, but we're gonna move on. And Capitao will find an upside down kill. And as we speak of PC being bugged, I cannot switch spectators. I can't view anybody upside down for some reason. First kill finally going in the favor of SYNQ allows them to get on the board and taking out a crucial operator. You might see a refrag here as Lion almost gets his head chopped off. A Claymore is forked up waiting for the run out. Grim is going to be there as well. And 3 operators are waiting to get a kill here. If you get C4, Warden barely escaping death. C4 plays into his measures. Mata double. Guys, Unkillable goes out with a bang as Zach is now put on Grims, and so is the Mew, allowing the attackers to just push in. And that's exactly what they'll do, waiting for the bitch corner swing. And all they can do here is wait, but Harv, he's not going down without a fight. SYNQ deletes a player, and LDL are now at the deficit. Harv left at the 1v2. The case is down to 1vx with cameras up on the echoes. They have the opportunity to clutch it once again, but the floods from SYNQ are actually very hard to prevent. Waiting for the repel in, lands damage, but takes more. And Grim is already in the building. The flash kill cannot be something he can prevent, and will be creeping in. Do not think he will be on drones, and Harv just needs to find the Grim, and it will be match if he can catch the swing. Sees him on the bar, shoots him through the bar, and that's the first round finally for SYNQ. We cannot see LDL adapt faster than they did the previous round, where it was holding upstairs to a similar push. And we're gonna move on to a 1-3. 2 more rounds before we see the attacker defender switch. We move back to upstairs. They're gonna try it again. They do need to bring a castle, and I think they finally learned how to bring him. The frags are just so overwhelming. Apparently, the DMRs as well, and they will be bringing them more. They're gonna be going for another flash. Upstairs, the hold will be once again something to be seen. Now, it is imperative that they get things done and manage to keep these windows closed with castle. Having this cocktail window castled off is just going to allow so much space, but not for long, as the Habana X Kairos pellets will pop them very fast like nothing happened. Feed holes all along will allow very easy access to denying a plant. Amar looking to get an easy run in. And the question is, has anybody droned out the feed holes that might play to the demise of the Amaru? Fod calling that out, but he has the diffuser in the hand. Amaru will be the person to look for some flashy kills here. Attackers are looking for an easy flashy play, but they do not have the access right now to heaven. It's not easy considering every defender is not sitting near it, but they are sitting around it with the feed holes in left half of the site soft. Early run out here. Wamai easily gets countered. Right now, Flames are going to play in the favor of the Alliance. Capital gets 1 second pick, goes out into the favor of Unser. One right behind the bar. Might be able to find the pick here. A solo falls out for the second run out. Mad getting the second. Claymore C4. Shotgun to end out the round. And it's no kill that we can spectate with a gun, because this is the last. The previous 3 deaths were straight C4s, Claymores, and breaches. They grow the lead now back to 3 rounds, and it is 4-1 on their last round of defense. Moving on, we're going to see them right back to the mid floor. They did not have a single objective here, but kill everybody. And it worked out. We seen Lunar just swing and win every gunfight known to man here. He took it. Every single gunfight and won almost every single gunfight, as he's only died 3 times in return for 6 kills. Mataraya only dying once with a 6 KD. 2 very obvious fraggers, and Harv, the man you don't want to swing when he's behind a shotgun or an SMG. Vert hold will be the same again. There's no castle. Always gotta wonder what's going on through the heads of the players here. Three attackers now on the roof, getting the hatches open, doing their due diligence to get things done, but the IQ doesn't wait for a drone and just drops. Ash alongside is going to be waiting. Harv getting early picked off the windows, and you got to bring a castle. SYNQ has been lethal on these windows. The only round we've seen a castle, or the second round we've seen them with castle on these windows, we've seen them win both times. So maybe it's just a note that needs to be taken if it will be seen in OT, which it's a 4-1. Very hard to come back from, but we have seen it happen 2 maps in a row. So words are going to stay in my head until we see who is going to do what this round. Biggest differential we've seen was a 4-2. We have not seen a 5-1 yet. It's the first time for everything, but right now, Pulse has lost to C4, his ability, and his life, meaning it's a 5v4 with the attackers right now at the advantage. Mad Speaking of C4, gets a kill with that blowy of his in the pocket. Sounds way worse than it should, but Mozzie gets one, gets refragged instantly by Fod. And Zach gets the evened out. DMR on defense. Not something you want to deal with as Nerd finds a refrag, and now the gunfight here decides who will win, and it'll be Zach who gets that gunfight. The refrag to take out the ace. That means no breaches can be opened up for a sneaky plant, and Fod will be running around pillar here looking for a kill, and Zach is going to be right back in sight like nothing ever happened. 1vx situation is going to be ensued here unless two players are killed at the same exact time. DMRs and shotguns, the best situation you can have for a defender. And soft breaches is going to be brought by the Ash, and the two frags will force an attacker to place a defender out of the position or just slowly burn an attacker. Frag has no connection, and they know exactly where this Aruni is. The wallbang does not connect, and we're boiling down to the last 10 seconds. Misdrones the guy in the corner, and Zachariah ends out the round, putting us at 1-5. The biggest round differential we have seen all series, and it's looking like we're slowly edging towards the end, sadly, of this best out of 5. As we see the attacker-defender switch, this is the round that will determine who will win the next round and put us on to match point. They're gonna go right back. Both teams prioritizing reading room, as we're going to see it, but now we're going to see a little bit more of an interpretive hold, with Maestro being a pick for the first time I haven't seen. But Castle, apparently nobody likes Castle. Let's see how they're going to play this out. Surprised we didn't see an LDL player go for a spawn peek, considering how aggressive they really are and how good they are at being that aggressive. Meister with 80 bullets in the mag to let rip. He's going to have an absolute beautiful time if he can get some shots done. But we are going to see Doc being utilized very early on in the round, as Legion does need a stim. We're going to see one DMR for the attackers and nobody in the rappel here, so I'm not really sure what Meat's looking for. Goyo being the man assigned to getting a kill here, and denying is going to be the name of the game. But guess what? One kill off of cocktails. Can you find the second on Heaven? If he can cross, the frag's gonna force him out of the position where he has to run. Beautiful utilization on how to use your gun and your frags. 101, Madaraya is the person you need to take notes from. Entry breach gets rid of the Doc and the Maestro, the two biggest players for the defenders. One that'll deny the plant, and one that will deny and get your teammates back up to 100 HP. Legion taking even more damage and getting refragged again. And 1v5 as the flawless is avoided by Nerd. But guess what? 1 minute 35 seconds left, and you still have to deal with 4 attackers that have some powerful weapons. You have a shotgun, and they have all ran a circle around you. You went up, they went down. And the question is, can you find it? They're all doing their due diligence, finding one off the kill, but still can't get the confirm. And Randa's going to be waiting and is going to win the gunfight no matter how low she is. That is 6-1. That is match point. And it seems like we're edging closer to the end. (6-1) on match point, and it seems as if we've sadly started to edge closer and closer to the end of the major. This might be the 4th consecutive season we've seen LDL take it. Mining room is going to be the second hold. I'm going to be a little confused to see how they're going to hold this. Seems as if they might have a hard time holding this site, because if you can take vert control or windows control, you are in for a little bit of a surprise, as cigar walls are going to be left soft. The windows don't have castles protecting them, and they haven't shot the blast out. Might be a little bit difficult. These head holes might play in the favor of the attackers if they do get on this rappel and get a long angle into the building. Only one player is going to be playing towards the balcony, and it will be the Ash. Getting set up for a little bit of a run out, and you're going to have all of the attackers flood in. Early engagement here pushes the Echo down, taken off the board, refrag instantly. Commendable, but wastes a Toxic Babe and kills Echo, again the main player for Denial this round. Drone economy, 50-50 for this late into the round, but 4 drones getting shot, not the best of the situations for the intel coming in from LDL, but knowing how well they play off of pressure, I don't think it'll matter. Consider the 2 extra drones coming in from Twitch. Both have now been shot, meaning it is true. 6 total drones have been shot. Azami sitting on heaven here because she has no pressure to deal with. It's going to be very easy, but a little bit of a whiff is going to play to the disadvantage. Might be a pain to deal with later, as she and her team are going to pay the price, as Nerd almost gets a refrag. Gets one confirmed. Azami gets taken out, and Zach is looking for the floor, but looks like he's doing something else. Volatile to the body of the Azami. Harv gets another. Zach is going to be put where he has to find kills. They found the body. They found what they needed to do, and they needed to take the cams. Little bit of a blunder there from Souther. Played to his own demise. Can only imagine what the review of the VOD is going to sound like. Fenrir getting hit by an FNAT. I don't even know where it is. Looking a little bit difficult to find. Sitting close on the door, Fenrir will be the one to play against it. Shoot. Fod will find one, leaving Harv in a 1v3. It's going to be a drone wars, I guess. What is this? Uses his pistol to try to maneuver. Gets a little bit of that speed boost, but it's 6-2, and it's still 6-2 for LDL. They still have 4 rounds if they were hypothetically to take it to OT, as we've seen every team throw so far. Boiling down to the last couple of rounds, we're going to see mining play in their favor, surprisingly. Not something I was expecting to see, but we are going to see them now take Marine Room right back, as they did lose the first time, but there's always a second time for everything. We're going to see them hold vert this time with more interpretive holds than a cigar, as if they would be holding the 3rd floor head holes, reinforcing the left side. Smart, smart, smart. Mata here might be able to get a quick flash in the site if he's able to do what he did last time. Punish 3 players walking in the crosshairs. Might be able to find something. Blowing up the bulletproof camera allows all of that utility to be burned. Harv taking some damage off the FNAF and the Util. Still getting hit. And they need to find Cigar. Taking damage from the Volcan canister and wasting an H breach instead of an Ash, actually holding the breach charges, does not make sense. You will have defenders sitting on Chaiko. Might be susceptible here to a gunfight. Second Goyo does get caught. Dokubi Call is going to get used to try to find the first. One in the bitch corner, might be able to catch one off a repel, but Goyo has now backed up into the bathroom since that opportunity has now ceased to exist. 3 attackers centering Heaven, Cigar, and Bathroom, and not clearing Bathroom will play against you, as now it seems as if SYNQ has woken up with the holds and is now being a little bit more of a force to be reckoned with. You're gonna see Mata now be in a corner for a little bit of a play here, trying to hit fire his way into sight, and gets Batman down by FOD, and doesn't see the corner as his holographic blocks up the corner and allows him to get refragged by Zach. F-Nats here are very annoying to deal with. Flash is going to get utilized to try to find the pick. Castle's full blind. Prone on the ground. A will get fragged off. Nerd will get a refrag. You need to find the man sitting in cocktails, as he will be imperative to getting rid of everything. Sitting in a corner with a shotgun. Not somebody you want to mess with. Smart decision was to leave it, and Castle now will have left the 3rd floor up to the 2 attackers remaining. Legion is actually susceptible here to the Vert if they do know he's here and can go for a wall bang, but I highly doubt that, and he will be watching now. As it is boiling down to the last couple of seconds, he needs to either eat it or go for something here, but Lunar gets one. Kills don't mean nothing when there's one above you. There's one on the same floor as you, and you don't have the case. Almost taking a death, but 3-6. That's SYNQ's 2nd round in a row, and LDL has some things to bring to the drawing board. What was near perfection in the first 7 rounds needs to be reevaluated. We're gonna see a bakery hold. Now, this is one of those sites where you have to execute it to a T, or you're either going to get absolutely ran through with chaos, or you're gonna boil it down to a 1vx. Now, seeing Unsert on his chaos operator being the blitz, I do think we're gonna be in a situation where we're gonna see massive amounts of utility being used to either clear or find it. It's all about how the roamers are going to do here, and we do need to see a roamer. Allowing the attackers to just close in and get to do whatever they want does play against you, but having a freezer rotate is going to help you in the long run. Recent nerf of the proximities are going to not give you points when they get detonated. Quoting tactical realism from Siege, meaning they can go up, but you only have your audio cues. Majority being shotguns here. You're gonna have 2. The M8 and the crucial smoke here. Now, both very good shotgun operators, but Legion shotgun would have been that chaos operator, having Mata covering so much space again. Just gonna be the droner this time, not being the one who enters the building. Unsert will be the one waiting to get in the building or into the site. He's already in the building. He's already on the white stairs, and all he needs to do is either clear the warden or clear the smoke off Christmas, and it will be nice and proper here for the attackers. Clear Christmas, and you're going to be getting thing. Warden and Smoke are on the link up now to just prevent, but 2 minutes have been wasted, and the massive pick is all about who can get up first here, and it will be Warden to be shot in the toes, and he'll get finished off. That's the massive pick you need. You find the smoke off Christmas, and you've gotten the leeway in this site, but it seems as if Bakery has been something to be brought in, but Madaraya swings into the last second to save the life of Unser, giving them Bakery preparation and anything they want to get into the site. Ram has now walked down, gotten one. Now, putting the pressure in, but again, almost a refrag, but Unser will be there for the refrag. And 1v4 isn't over. Smoke says no for the time being and might fall to this Ram. Not having her shotgun anymore. She doesn't have that close combat, but guess what? The R4C will put a fork in it and call it as it is, and that'll be game, as that's LDL to take the series home. Absolutely unfortunate, but a beautiful game from both teams is gonna sadly put a wrap and a fork in the end of this game. GG's to both teams. An absolute beauty. What an absolute series. We went to OT almost every single game, and I have been your host. The rebrand from SYNQ plays in their advantage, but it's not enough to stop LDL. So without further ado, I'm going to stop yapping. Everybody have a great day, and I'm not going to run ads in the post break considering my ads were all over the place today. Everybody have a great day, and I hope you guys say congratulations to LDL. Peace.